welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dani and this is Coffee Break with Dani. Today we are hanging out. We're just gonna try a few new products that have been creeping their way very slowly into my heart. Just kidding, I've had them for way too long and been dying to use them. So today, we do that together. And like all of my Get Ready With Me's, we talk about a few life subjects and interesting things. We just hang out together. We just hang out together, we put on our face. I hope you're able to put on your face with me, or maybe I'm doing chores with you. But like any and all my Get Ready With Me's, everything that I say, mention, wear, nail color, products on my face, anything that we talk about will be listed in the description box of this video. But if you want to get to the hanging out, the girl chat part, and the putting on our face and learn how we got this look, all you have to do is keep on watching. All right, you guys, let's get ready together. I do not have any ideas, any plans. All I know is there are a few products that are new to me that I want to incorporate into this look. So we're just gonna kind of hang out and put on my face. The first thing that I'm gonna do is try this one. It was sent to my, I think it was sent to my P.O. box, longer than I'm comfortable admitting. One Side Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. So this is Patrick Starr's makeup brand, and it is a blurring, pore refining primer with niacinamide that mattifies and evens skin texture. All right. So let's do this. Do you guys have your stuff? Are you getting ready too, or we're just hanging out together? Honestly, I don't have any plans. Like, what should we talk about? What are we talking about today? It was so weird. My curling iron got to play with me today. I haven't played with her in a long time. She was probably like, "Hello, is that you, God?" It's so funny because I have like this weird, I don't know, idea or ideology. Oh, this kind of reminds me of like, Professional. It has that same texture like putty. For a squeeze tube that's this hard, it's so bizarre. Usually it's like a softer tube. I'm gonna focus this primer primarily on the center of my face, which is where my skin is like, oh hello, would you like some nooks and crannies, some crevices? How about a deep canyon? So what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's so weird. My poor curling iron. I have this weird ideology when it comes to curling my hair. I'll only curl it if it's very short or very long. But when it's like in that in-between stage, I just can't. I just feel like it curls really not the best. This is interesting. It doesn't have the same, you know, that dimethicone texture from most pore refining primers. It does feel a little bit like a mattifying primer, but one of the reasons that I don't use mattifying primers is because I don't need them. And I don't like how they feel. Usually they're very like, they just dry up your skin and they are not flattering at all. So that's kind of in between. It's like a mattifying primer meets a pore filling or pore refining primer. So kind of like that. I wanted to try this, but I'm afraid it might not be my skin tone at the moment. It's the tinted moisturizer from Laura Mercier. So I'm just gonna do a little swatch, a little dab, and if it is, we'll use it. If not, we'll just go back to the ones that I have been using lately, which are Kosas or One and Done, which is probably far beyond expired, or concealer. Let me see. It's perfect match. Perfect match. I might be able to get away with it because it's a tinted moisturizer. Do you see how like easily it blended out? Might be able to pull it off. Not bad. Have I shown you guys what I have sitting on my my little workstation here besides the mess that you can see behind me? This is my everyday makeup tool chest. It's a caboodle. Yes, it is. It's a caboodle. All right, so we are going to take my double duty, why do I say double duty? My ultra creamy from Shape Tape. Which one am I? Medium sand? Light medium? Let's go with medium sand. I think this one might be the best one for me today. Anyone know, like on first swatch? You're like, yep, or no, definitely not. So this is the medium sand. I'm always between three shades. The light medium, medium, or medium sand. Always. I'm always in between. And even if I'm close, like if I'm close enough, I've become proficient in figuring out a way to use them even if they don't match. I know, it's weird, right? The things we do for the things we love. And then I'm gonna take more of this on a beauty blender. I am so embarrassed, you guys, because I was editing my empties video this morning, and I don't know if that's gonna come out before this one. What, I think I'm like, am I moving? Am I like packing enough skin products for like the apocalypse? Holy mackerel, that's way too much product. All right, pretend I didn't just do that, and let's just go on with our happy conversation. So anyway, I was so embarrassed because I was editing my empties, which was like super overdue. If it's live, I'll link it. If not, it'll come out pretty soon when you see this video. And I was talking about customer service, the Unite, this hair care brand that I'm like obsessed with. I said obsessed. You know when I say obsessed, like I really mean it. So I'm totally in love with Unite, and I was talking about how their customer service is amazing. And then, you know, with my neurodivergent brain, I totally went on one of my little spiels or tangents, and I was like, you know, it's so annoying that we have gotten so accustomed to the bare minimum that when we experience someone that's doing the bare minimum, we get impressed. Like, we've lowered our bar so much, and I mean across the board. I mean from, you know, teaching objectives to holy light of my life. So, I mean, we just dropped that bar. The bar for what we settle for when it comes to relationships, the bar for what we expect from customer service. And you guys know I hate using the word expect because it's a really easy way to let yourself down and disappoint yourself, but there are certain things that we should expect like a baseline from, and customer service is one of them. So anyway, me talking about how amazing Unite's customer service was made me go on a rant about this, what is it called? A stitch? It's like people say, I think they say stitch. There's a word for it right now on social media. I think it started on TikTok. I may be wrong because I don't have TikTok. I never plan to have TikTok. I've never downloaded TikTok, but you know how they put all those TikToks on Instagram now, so it's basically like you have it. And I think that's the word they use for like, I'm about to take this video and rant or rave about it. And this girl was like, yeah, I know my standards are high because I grew up with a dad that would wash the dishes after mom cooked dinner, and I grew up with a dad that would shovel the snow and take out the trash, and I grew up with a dad that, you know, made coffee for mom. So my bar is, yeah, my bar is high, my standards are high. And I was like, is this what the world has come to? Like, that's not high. Does anyone else agree with me? And that's why I wanted to talk about it again in this video versus that one, because I didn't really give you guys closure in that empties video, and there wasn't really an exchange. I mean, there's not an exchange right now with us, but at least you guys can comment and we can talk about it. I thought it was like, I don't know, it made me feel some type of way, because that to me is, I hate when my lips get white like that. That to me is the bare minimum. That for me is an expectation. And again, expectation is a very negative word in my vocabulary, but you know, I don't expect a very grandiose gesture on our anniversary or my birthday or Christmas. I just expect a, hey, I know you exist. I remembered your favorite color is, or whatever. But to say that, okay, she makes dinner, so you're cleaning the kitchen, that's not impressive. Like, that's not impressive at all. You take out the trash, yeah, she probably does the laundry, or she probably does the grocery shopping, or, okay, she cooks dinner, but who did the grocery shopping? Who planned the meals? Who got the food to the house? Who prepped the food? I really like the finish on this tinted moisturizer from Laura Mercier, and I don't think it was a bad color choice. It actually is a pretty spot on color choice. And I also love that it's playing very nicely with the primer that I use, because I've never used that primer before, and for it to be playing nicely in the sandbox says a lot. How many times have you guys, you know, tried a product because some people are talking about it, or you heard about it from a friend and they're like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever, and you can't figure out why it sucks for you or why it doesn't work out, and usually it's your skincare, your sunscreen, whatever was underneath just really doesn't want to play nice with your new favorite product or the one that everyone's talking about. So anyway, when I was talking about that, it led me to another topic related, but also another kind of separate topic. And it was how triggering for me it is as a partner when I hear, can I help you with that? And it's only triggering not because I know what the intention is. So for example, when Parker asks me, can I help you with that? It's a two-part feeling because I love my husband and he's very helpful, and there is nothing that I won't ask him to do that he's gonna say no to, or that he's already started on or helped me out with or already knows how to do it, so he's not gonna say, yes, I'll do it, but how do I do it? Like, he's very, very supportive in that regard. And also he's a raging feminist, you know, he has 2 daughters, and so he knows if both people work, if both people have things to do, despite me being the default everything, the default parent, the default taxi driver, the default chef, the default cleaner, laundry cleaner, whatever, like default everything, it's not for a lack of him not wanting to help. It's just, I'm home, you know, and it just works out that it's easier for me to do it because I work from home. It upsets him because he doesn't want me to be the default everything. And so knowing that he understands the complexity of that is support in and of itself. But in terms of me as an individual, as a person, as someone that works from home and is always like trapped somehow, like I don't ever leave these 4 walls, it can be triggering to hear, can I help with that? Because that implies that it's my job and my responsibility. So my mental load starts from the minute that I know I have to do laundry, to getting the laundry, to sorting the laundry, to starting the laundry, to finishing the laundry, to putting the laundry away, you know? So it's one of those things where if someone says, can I help? It implies it's your job. And either you can't hack it and need help, or they're agreeing that this is your responsibility and they're gonna offer you some assistance. So for me in that moment, just in that moment, with everything that I did say, you know, beforehand to preface this comment, in that moment when you hear, can I help you? You can't help but feel triggered because it's almost like a contradiction to what we stand for as a couple or as a marriage or what we agreed on. For me, when someone offers help, it's already too late. Like, I've already put that on my list. It's already something that I've started. It's already something that I'm working on. Like, if you want to help, go find one of 1,000 things on my to-do list and help with that, you know, if you want to help. But otherwise, like, this should have been done already. You know, the toothpaste on the towels is very obvious. The smell on the towels is very obvious. The shaving cream or whatever that's on the towels, like, that's not something that only I can see. You know, I'm not like a magical laundry fairy that has special vision and knows when these towels need to be done. So anyway, I went on this so long, crazy, embarrassing rant, and I left it in the video because this is who I am as a person. I left it in the video because I was like, you know what? This is not gonna make sense why it's coming out of left field in this video, but I bet you that some of my pandas feel this way about some of these things. So I thought I would bring it back up in this video and then we could talk about it together. I know with Get Ready With Me's, it's not one of the favorite videos for people to watch, so it gets less views, but it also gets less comments. So for me, it's a lot easier to find your comment and have like an exchange with you, like interaction. Oh my God, the death click. The death click of my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil. Do I have another one? I mean, I always have another one, but like, do I have another one? Of course I do. Of course I do, because I'm a hoarder. So that way we can talk to each other and we can be like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Or you could say something like, no, you know, you just have to accept the reality that this is who you are and this is what you signed up for and you are the default parent. I don't know. I think that there's so much on the plate of whoever the default parent is. I mean, to the degree of getting the birthday presents or reminding people of their own children's birthdays, or hey, it's coming up, have you planned anything? Or hey, you know, spring break's around the corner, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna go out of town? Like, you know, deeper than just laundry, deeper than just chores, deeper than cooking dinner. I mean, it is complex to be the house manager or to be the emotional load bearer. And it's one of those things that I think, if not addressed early in the marriage or before you get married, it will most certainly come up and blow up in somebody's face. So that's something that you have to look out for. A book that I highly recommend if you are feeling some type of way about being the mental load carrier or the house manager is Fair Play. And if you do not like to read and prefer to use Audible, the author herself, and I apologize, I don't remember her name off the top of my head, she reads the book to you. I love when the author reads their own book on Audible, because you get the feelings, you know, you get the tone, you get the emotion that she was feeling when she came up with whatever she's reading. She has the feelings, the emotions behind it. Eve Rodsky, her name is Eve Rodsky, and I just remembered that because she is actually really engaging on social media. So like if you comment on her stuff, or if you do a story or a post about her stuff or her content, like she will actually engage with you. So she's a real human with not a big head. She's very helpful, very entertaining. And she also has a show based on this book on Hulu. So if you want to skip the book, skip the Audible, skip the game. I've been like in this tiny corner the whole time of this video. So if you want to skip all that stuff based on the book, you can, and just go to Hulu. I stayed up, I think till like 1 a.m. watching the I think it's like movie length. And I was like, I wish I had waited so that I could watch it with Parker, because I know he would have found it useful as well. But it's a little bit triggering. The book's a little bit triggering because you have to kind of get through the first bit of it where it sounds very man-hating and man-bashing, but it comes full circle where she closes the circle and makes you understand like that's not what she was doing, and kind of explains through it. And so you gotta get through that part. So if you're listening to the book with like your husband, he might get triggered, like, oh, man bashing or whatever, but it's not. It eventually comes full circle and you're like, oh, okay, got it. All right, now we're gonna do this blush. And I don't usually use such a big beauty blender, but this is my favorite blush ever. I mean, this by far has exceeded all my expectations. It's the shade Nearly Neutral from Rare Beauty. I mean, look, I already see its underwear. Yeah, so if that's something that, I mean, if you're engaged, if you're looking into, you have a serious relationship, if you've been frustrated with the workload, or, you know, how much you have to carry, how much responsibility you have in your home, look into Fair Play, because you will feel so seen, you will feel so heard, you will feel so supported, and it makes the world feel a little bit smaller. You don't feel so isolated, like maybe you're going crazy, maybe you're dramatic, or you're toxic, or, you know, whatever. There's so many labels on it. I mean, even from like mom shaming, like, oh, you can't say publicly like your kids drive you crazy because you hate your kids. It's like, no, you know, I just want to talk to people that understand. I want to talk to people that make the world feel smaller. I want to talk to a community or people that are like, oh my gosh, yeah, I've felt that before, but, you know, let it out. People where you don't have to say like, oh my God, my kids drive me crazy. I love them, but they drive me crazy. You know, we know you love your kids. I know I love my kids. And you for once, you want to be able to express yourself without the, you know what I'm talking about? Or like me, I have created unintentionally this community of a Parker fan club on social media. You know, where, you know, Parker is perfect and Parker is so loving and so patient and he's just the best husband ever and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, he is all those things, but he's also a man and he's also a person. And yes, he does get angry. And yes, he has his little traumas that we're navigating, you know, and yes, he does raise his voice and make mistakes, and he is not, this is another new product, and I have no idea how to even start using it. It's new to me. And I saw I always see Courtney Kerr using it on Instagram. You guys know I'm a diehard fan. I hate to say that because like, I kind of just want her to be my friend. I don't want to call myself a fan because it makes me feel weird. Like I'm creeping in her window, especially since we live in the same city. And look, I can't even blend it out right. So I definitely didn't do it correctly. Oh, but it's working really well with my fingers. So maybe it's like a finger product. Yeah, look at that. Huge difference. Anyway, love her. Just love her. She's one of those people that like says what she's thinking and she goes, like they'll leave her hate comments or whatever. She gets a lot of inquiries about like why she's 40 and doesn't want to have kids. And it's like, I want to fight those people for her, you know? So maybe I am a fan. And anyway, that's where I saw this product. She always uses it and it makes her skin look so fabulous. So I thought I would try it, but I don't know if I'm doing it correctly because she does it like this and it doesn't look like this. But maybe it's because I'm using it with the cream brush. Maybe it's the tinted moisturizer. Maybe it's the primer that's underneath. Anyway, what I was getting at is I remember when I told you guys on the live on Instagram, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the description of this video. But in that live, I said, the people that are in my circle or in my bubble don't get to choose to be on social media. And so it's something that I signed up for willingly and understood, naively, thought I understood the implications of being on social media. It's way deeper than anything oh my gosh. It's way deeper than anything you could have ever imagined, anything that you would be signing up for. I mean, it's serious stuff. And so for me to naively think I know and then find out it's even worse than that, it's pretty scary. So I make a choice to film just the good stuff of the people in my life that didn't sign up for social media. So yeah, when Parker's having a bad day or he's working through some stuff, I'm not gonna put that on social media. That's not mine to share, you know? I don't want to paint him in another light. And you know another thing that'll happen, and my mom actually told me this when I was young, dating age but young, she said, if you are ever having problems with your spouse, don't tell your family because your family will dislike your spouse, you will make up, and then your family will remain loyal to you and dislike your spouse. So if you're working through something, keep it with each other, fix it, figure it out before you bring it to us because we're gonna have your back. But come tomorrow when you guys kiss and make up, we're not kissing and making up because they hurt our baby. And so for me, that's very important. I want to highlight the beauty of the people that are in my circle, in my bubble. And if I start to maybe not show them as often, you know, maybe it's not a good time for them to be faking it. I don't ever want to be like, smile for the camera, smile, I'm recording, be polite, you know, like I don't, can I borrow my makeup brushes, Armando? Thank you. I don't want to ever curate or produce my content. So I wanted to talk about that because I have gotten a few comments of like, oh, why isn't Parker in the vlogs or why isn't this? I mean, honestly, he has been super busy. He's kind of setting up a new, what's the word for this? Like a new specialty within his job. So he's like kind of becoming the expert in bringing this new tool to his job. And so he's been very busy and he's actually been having to go out of town to get all his licenses and certifications, and he has been hella busy. Not to mention that I think we all have these seasons in life where we are working through things, and my sweet and loving husband in his almost 47 years is working through something kind of late in life. You know how like I have always been very candid and transparent when it comes to my traumas and the stuff that I need to work through and the generational toxic circles or traumas or whatever that I'm trying to break with my own kids and just all of the baggage that I have. And I've been fortunate enough to be very self-aware and unpack that stuff for a very long time now, and really know who I am and be who I am and accept the parts of me that I can't change, but also change the parts of me that I don't like or that hurt others. And so I think he might be having one of those seasons in life where he's just kind of navigating through things and working out the meaning of who he is and just becoming self-aware. And I'm so proud of him and happy with how, what's even the word? How much courage it takes for him to be doing what he's doing right now. It's just, to me, it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. There are some times where he's just, you know, I'm not gonna shove a camera in his face. And I actually had this conversation with my boys a few days ago where, you know, they asked, oh, we haven't been vlogging. Are we not in the vlog? Like, I need to say, Mateo says he needs to say hi to his fans. He's like, I haven't said hi to my fans and stuff like that after the like Japanese taste test or whatever. I say whatever a lot. I blame California. And I said, oh, you know, I wanted to talk to you guys about that. I don't want you to just assume that because it's the weekend, we have to vlog. I don't want you to assume that because mommy's vlogging, you guys have to vlog or you have to be in it. Because these poor babies, like they would see me pull the camera out and they'd stand behind me, like they were ready to go. And so they need to have autonomy over deciding if they want to be on mommy's vlogs and mommy's silly adventures. Oh, I really like this. I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. Oh my goodness. I use this ColourPop palette that I've just had sitting there. It's called Fade into Hue. And I just use this pink color here and this lilac color here. That's all I did, just fluff and fluff. I don't know what I'm gonna do on the lower lash line. I think I'm tempted to do purple, but I also don't know when to walk away from things. So I'm gonna jump off camera and do my lashes and I'll be right back and kind of finish up what I'm talking about with the social media, filming, putting my camera in your face, you know what I'm saying? All right, you guys, I know my lashes aren't everyone's cup of tea, but if they are yours, I used pretty much the same ones that I have been using recently, or, you know, historically, but I always take the Rimmel Lash Accelerator to lengthen and separate, and then I go in with Flower Beauty Lash Warrior. I always want to call it Lash Princess. I think Princess is a different one. This one from Flower Beauty, and then I chunk it up. So I have the same routine where I like to separate them, and then I make them chunky and spidery looking because it just makes my heart so happy. We are going to finish this look off with like a mauvey rose lip color. I'm taking Dangerous Dolly Power Line from Buxom. You guys, if you haven't checked out Buxom's lip products recently, holy mackerel, you are missing out. Their lip products right now are #1 on my list. They are so good, especially their new serums. I don't know why I think that I can talk and line my lips. Like, this is just asking for trouble. Love their liners. They're so buttery and creamy. I never use this though. Like, maybe I should start. No, don't like it. No, it's not really, I mean, kind of did like a cool little faded look, but you have to like really tug at your lips. All right, so to wrap up what I was telling you is if you don't see Parker, or if you don't see the kids, or if there's a break from the vlogs or stuff like that, it's just, I feel, I guess, compelled to emotionally protect them. And I also don't want to be shoving a camera in their face all the time. Like, I don't want it to be an expectation. Like, mommy vlogs, I have to be in the vlogs. No, it's not. It's an option. You always have a choice. And if you're not feeling good, if you're going through something, I don't want you to have to act, fake, swallow your feelings and like fake it till you make it. That's not, we don't do that around here. You know, I don't do it myself. I would really not expect that from, you know, everyone else in my family. I can't fake it. You're not expected to fake it either. That's not fair at all whatsoever. So that's all I wanted to mention. It's also really hard too, like me, I do the vlogging and the content, but I also have to rewatch it and edit it myself. And it's really difficult to see certain things that maybe I hadn't noticed, like little microaggressions or micro expressions and stuff like that. And that makes me realize like, oh no, this wasn't a bad time to vlog. Like I'm not paying attention to my family's needs. And so it's just one of those things where we're humans, you know, and it's so important to love and honor each other and respect each other and to give each other space to exist and to breathe and to go through things without it being, you know, on camera. Like we're not Kim Kardashian. So I'm sure there have been situations where even she didn't want to be filmed, but you know, she had a reality television show. I don't. And so I don't want my family to ever feel like they have to fake or shove their feelings under a rug or I don't know, just not be free to be themselves. So I hope that answered. I hope that explained a little bit of the empties if you've seen it. And I hope that that part of the vlogging also gave you maybe some better understanding. I think it's something that for some people is obvious, but for other people they're like, oh crap, I didn't even think about it that way. Me having my camera out and then all of a sudden like it gets on you, it's not, you didn't sign up for that. That's not fair. The end. All right, you guys, that is it for this Get Ready With Me. I really hope you enjoyed spending some time with me. All of the items, all of the products, all of the things that I use will be listed and linked in the description box of this video, including when I'm wearing my earrings, my nail polish, all of that stuff will be listed in the description box of this video. If there's something that I missed, please make sure to leave me a comment, or if you just want to chit chat about, you know, carrying the mental load or being the house manager, any of that stuff, I'm always here. Reach out in the comments. If you enjoy these Get Ready With Me's, I will also get ready with me. If you enjoy these Get Ready With Me videos, there will be a playlist in the description box below where we just hang out like here and talk about real life stuff. We keep it real. We don't keep it fresh. We just keep it real. This is just real life. And I realized I didn't tell you anything about this. All I'm gonna say is the new lip serums from Buxom get every color, and that's it. I love you guys so much, and you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, and learned something, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye guys. Bye guys.